Dan is our blurb writer.
I've been using the same blurb for the last like 40 years, so.
If it works.
If it works, yeah.
We got no base.
We have no bass.
That's really on the monitor.
You can't tell us that's his dad.
Not for the big money.
There you go.
Good? All right. You guys doing okay? Maybe a little more on the monitor, Chris? All right, we're doing all original tunes today, and here's a song I wrote recently about all the wonderful things happen when you get old. It's called Everything Falls Apart. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Thought that I might live forever, meanwhile praying that I'd never have to face the vagaries of the shifting tides of time. Keep my head stuck in the sand, bringing of a promised land. Hope it all shakes out on down the line. But things don't always work out like a plan. Yeah, bit by bit you come to understand. That moment when you realize you're fucked up from the start. Sooner or later everything falls apart. Get it, Tim? What a gift to be young and dumb, only care about having fun, drinking beer and playing punk rock girl through wee hours of the night. Never have to pay the piper, worry about getting riper. Sooner or later everything will work out right. But things don't always work out like a plan. Yeah, bit by bit you come to understand. But first you go with your liver, and eventually your heart. Sooner or later everything falls apart. Things don't always work out like planned. Yeah, bit by bit you come understand. That moment when you realize you're fucked up from the start. Sooner or later everything falls apart. Thought that I might live forever, never have to cross that river, but give it time, everything falls apart. Sooner or later everything falls apart. I'm sure nobody here can relate to getting old, so sorry about that.
These next two tunes are some fiddle tunes that we wrote. One's called Leaving Port Ellen, which is the main port of the island of Isla in the Inner Hebrides, and the other one's called, what it started out as the Hornpipe from Hell, and I think now it's The Jig Is Up. Well, it's not a hornpipe. I got a bunch of stuff from people about it not being a hornpipe. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. folks.
peaceful there, and then all of a sudden Port Ellen just got washed away.
Well, it is the whiskey island, you know, all sorts of stuff can happen there.
If you have some free time this coming week, we'll be down at JoJo's this coming Friday from 6 to 8:30. We'll be at the Tucson Hop Shop the following Wednesday on the 16th from 6 to 8. And we'll be at the Bay Horse Tavern the following night, Wednesday or Thursday, 7 to 9.
Awesome. So this gentleman over here is Dan Hosteller on the guitar. Back in May 1976 was the first time he and I played the folk festival as the Determined Luddites. And we played every folk festival since, so this is number 30 for us. We're pretty jazzed. We really appreciate to see you all out here. It's a lot of fun. And what is this? Oh, this is our folk festival tune. It's called Push Down and Turn.
About the beer stage.
You didn't used to be able to drink beer on stage in Arizona, and La Cocina, JoJo's, was the first place you could actually have a beer while you played, so I'm glad they put us at a beer stage. Anyway, push down and turn. 1, 2, 1, 2. Dollars taken a powder like a jump by some punks down a barrel. Summer's crushed us all in the OP and we're dying in the shade of a saguaro. Not much shade behind a saguaro. I was drinking a drop Jenny by a red mountain girl when he ran in, said we're playing the Rialto. I didn't ask him straight my pisco and we were out in the streets of the old Pueblo. It's almost like the old days again. You guys are freaking nuts, a fan shouted. I mean that in a really good way. I gotta finish my beer before we go drinking. Next night on stage, we'll be kings again. We're playing the beer stage, playing the beer stage, playing the beer stage again. We've been playing the beer stage, playing the beer stage, playing the beer stage. Yeah. Last call waits for no one. Try to beat it if you can. What's the use of stopping drinking if you just have to start up again? Push down and turn, that's the spirit. Push down and turn, that's the only way to go. Push down and turn, I can feel it. It's just like the old days again. Push down and turn, that's the spirit. Push down and turn, the only way to go. Push down and turn, no, we're gonna make it. It's just like the old days again. We were playing the beer stage, playing the beer stage, playing the beer stage again. We were playing the beer stage, playing the beer stage, playing the beer stage again. On the streets of the OP with our 4-song EP, it was just like the old days again. Push down and turn, that's the spirit. Push down and turn, it's the only way to go. Push down and turn, I can feel it. It's just like the old days again. Push down and turn, that's the spirit. Push down and turn, it's the only way to go. Push down and turn, no, we're gonna make it. It's just like the old days again. It's just like the old days again.
song, I thought it was about instructions about how to open a pill bottle, but
Well, it was, Dan.
I just give it to the kid.
we're going to do another original tune here. This is written by our great friend and great fiddle player, Mr. Tim O'Connor. This is an instrumental called Ohio Bound. Wait, what are you doing tuning, dude?
I'm not. It's not doing anything.
Totally out of style.
Well, that's the mandolin. You find the one out of tune and tune the other 7 to it. Okay.
on the bass guitar.
Is that folk or what?
That's Dan Davis on the mandolin. We've been friends forever. We've been fighting like cats and dogs ever since, but whatever.
That's why they put me in the middle.
There's between the Dans.
It's come to blows a few times. Okay, here's a song I just wrote. It's a tune about the kind of fraught times we're living in. Don't get me fucking started, but...
Yeah, please don't. We only got 25 minutes.
I'll go on all freaking night, I'll tell you. Anyway, this is trying to inject a little bit of optimism into these difficult times we have. This is called...
What key is this in? Okay. It's one of my favorite keys.
This is a song called Build a New World. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. Best of luck to the rest. The whole world's watching. Can we pass this test? I punch drunk, playing for time. Not a trace of reason to rhyme. Just gotta say, this ain't the way to make America great again. Today we're gonna rise up. Today we're gonna rise up. Today we're gonna rise up. We'll build a new world. Today we're gonna rise up. Today we're gonna rise up. Today we're gonna rise up. We'll build a new world. Get it to me! Some say to burn it all down. Some say to bow to a fascist clown. If you want bread to eat, then go begging at their feet. Well, there's nothing quite like the rage of seeing children in a cage. Never thought I'd see the day. There got to be a better way. Today we're gonna rise up. Today we're gonna rise up. Today we're gonna rise up. We'll build a new world. Today we're gonna rise up. Today we're gonna rise up. Today we're gonna rise up. We'll build a new world. They will come with a flag and a cross. Democracy is the cost. A blinkered eye, it's all gone before you know it's lost. Today we're gonna rise up. Today we're gonna rise up. Today we're gonna rise up. We'll build a new world. Today we're gonna rise up. Today we're gonna rise up. Today we're gonna rise up. Build a new world. Today we're gonna rise up. Today we're gonna rise up. Today we're gonna rise up. Make it the best day of our lives. Peace, brother, on the YouTube, don't put around.
applause, please.
Keep it going for Determined.